Gentlemen! Hey, has anybody seen this guy?
This is Deadpool.
Let's go!
This is also Deadpool.
Somehow, all of these are Deadpool.
The character of Deadpool has taken a long time to get to the big screen, as we talked about in our last video.
However, fans of the comic book anti-hero have been making their own fan films for over a decade now.
Salutations, I am Detective Mio.
And I'm Inspector Keto, and today we'll be exploring some of the fan creations here on YouTube.
But in order to take a true deep dive, we're gonna have to flash back all the way to 2007.
Huh. Weird, I thought something interesting would—
Ah, 2007. The same year the very first iPhone was released. Very relevant information.
But more importantly, it's when the first fan film of this video was released. It has 200,000 views and is called Deadpool The Fan Film. Not the cleverest title, but there weren't too many other Deadpool fan films around at the time.
That's right, this film made by Steve Rudzinski is 17 years old, making it one of the first of its kind.
Possibly the first, but we can't confirm that, so we won't try.
The movie starts off with Deadpool complaining about how Spider-Man got a blockbuster movie, while he only gets a fan film. A pretty funny concept, but gosh dang, this certainly looks like it was shot 17 years ago.
Later, Deadpool suits up for the day, and we get a seemingly random scene of black suit Spider-Man apprehending a criminal. Even later, Deadpool is hired to capture the Spider-Man alive.
He accepts the deal reluctantly at first, because he's on good terms with Spidey, but he just needs that money and this deal is just too good. Deadpool out here chasing that bag.
Briefly touching upon Deadpool's voice, it is certainly unique.
Weasel! Is what you say true? I told you old Wade Wilson still brought good buyers to the table.
As we'll see with other fan films, everyone seems to have a different idea of what Deadpool should sound like. This one is certainly one of the more aggressive ones.
Another thing to note is costuming. It's by no means high budget, but you can tell what each character is supposed to be, and I give credit for that.
Deadpool meets up with Domino. She's a character who has some connection to Deadpool, and they're both mercenaries at times, and they fight for some reason.
Is this how you shave your legs every night, Dom?
They eventually stop battling, and Deadpool tells Domino that he needs either her or Cable's help finding Spider-Man.
I just need to find Spider-Man.
What? You plan on taking him in?
Yes?
You can't be serious. That's even too low for you.
But alas, Deadpool gets no help.
The next scene still confuses me. Deadpool is in some place waiting for Spider-Man, I think, when the criminal that Spidey beat up earlier shows up.
I work for Dean. I was sent to get Parker.
Then why are you here? I've got a date.
Don't worry, there's no splitting of the pay.
Oh?
I'm just glad we're taking that vigilante in.
Okay, nobody brought him up, but sure.
Well, we would have to split the pay, but I don't want to do that.
You lied?
Yeah.
You evil man!
I don't know if that made any sense, but regardless, the two of them start throwing hands.
The choreography isn't fantastic, but there are some legit decent parts in the fight scene. Though one might wonder, why is Deadpool struggling as much as he is?
Doesn't matter. Deadpool eventually defeats the goon, and Spider-Man shows up.
Do we have to do this, Wade? I really need that money, Petey.
We're now in Kingpin's sussy dungeon, and Kingpin, who I think we mentioned earlier, if not that oopsie, finally unmasks the webhead.
Peter Parker. Big bad Spider-Man. You're hard to catch.
But hark! It's not the real Spider-Man, hence why his costume isn't black!
Kingpin has been duped! And so were you if you weren't paying attention. While editing, we believe that this character is actually somebody called Dean, not Kingpin, so that's him. I think. The film wraps up with Deadpool saying that he has too much of a conscience to now turn in Spidey. How touching.
This fan film, while having some major quality issues, definitely has passion put into it. It also captures a more PG version of the spirit of Deadpool, so good job there.
Stun knife!
It's fairly simple and fun, and I recommend giving it a watch. Moving on to our next film, this one is called The That's gonna get pretty old, pretty quickly.
This fan film has 250,000 views and is called The Green Deadpool, and it's made by Michael Galsick. This video was published in 2010, and fun fact, in the same year, one of the largest snowball fights in history happened in South Korea. You probably didn't know that, although you probably didn't care.
The fan film starts off with a street-level view of New York City, only with less rats and less homeless people.
This is the city I call home. However, the city doesn't really lay claim to me.
Wow, I was not expecting Deadpool to sound like that. Took me by surprise.
Deadpool apparently is not particularly loved or respected in this city.
Hey, look, it's Deadpool. Hey, Deadpool, you suck!
But doesn't seem to bother him too much. He confronts a mugger who's about to, mug someone and stabs them. The would-be criminal, not the person being mugged.
Oh, that's good to know.
What are you gonna do about it, spandex freak?
How about this?
Oh my god! Is he gonna be alright?
I don't know.
You think I care?
After extorting some money from the woman he saved, he gets a phone call from his friend Weasel, and Weasel is arguably the best acted character in the film.
Weasel, how's it going?
Hey Wade, I need your help.
Of course you do.
What happened to the audio?
Deadpool gets a job that involves him bringing a rock from point A all the way to point B. And he would teleport to point B, but the radiation from the rock is messing with his gadgets, so he walks.
Probably shouldn't be too big of an inconvenience for a mercenary like Deadpool, but while he's taking the briefest of breaks, he's confronted by none other than Deathstroke.
What are you doing here?
Apparently, crossing over with other universes isn't off the table for this creator.
Deathstroke tells Deadpool that rock is kryptonite!
Lex Luthor's a smart man. There isn't much of it left. So when it was stolen, he hired me to get it back. When I found out you were the one transporting it, I said I'd do it for free.
I'm a bit confused, but it does not matter, because Deadpool and Deathstroke are fighting now.
And there is fight choreography in this fan film.
There can be only one.
What?
It takes a bit, but Deadpool wins, and Deathstroke apparently placed a bug on him. That may be a problem later.
Deadpool finally gets to his destination to deliver the rock, but something the scientist said throws him off.
We can replicate its energy in other sources, potentially making any mineral project its energy.
That's kryptonite!
The stuff that kills Superman?
Any mineral project its energy.
That's kryptonite!
The stuff that kills Superman?
Any mineral project.
Deadpool decides that he will not give the rock to Lex Luthor, and leaves to destroy the rock in the fires of Mount Doom. That's pretty much the end of the fan film.
The acting in this fan film is surprisingly decent for the most part, and the humor is certainly there.
What kind of superhero are you?
A broke one!
It might be worth investigating some other works by this creator for a future video, because there are multiple seasons of this Deadpool series. This is season 3.
And there are episodes in this series that feature Batman. Whoa!
So yeah, it gets pretty wild.
On to the next fan film called... On to the next fan film called Deadpool. Gosh dang it, same crap every day!
The next fan film stepping up to the plate is Deadpool, A Typical Tuesday, uploaded by creator Bean Dip Productions.
How delicious.
It released in 2012.
Which is also the same year that Gangnam Style came out. Whoop, 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 whoop.
This is one of the most popular fan films with over 2 million views, and according to the top comment, this was the Deadpool film to beat before Fox Studios made theirs.
So let's see if it lives up to the hype.
Red Band, 18 plus on the way, better hide your kids, better hide your wife, although your wife should be over 18.
Deadpool seems to be in a rather tough spot. He's been captured by 2 goons who have tried unsuccessfully to kill him. He tries frantically to determine where he is before the classic yellow speech box appears to keep him company.
Hello, yellow friend. I missed you. But look at me still talking when there's science to do. Time to break out of these space bonds.
What the hell?
And then, using the text box, he takes down the guards, and Deadpool is back in action. Deadpool is on a mercenary mission to assassinate Dr. James Whitters, whatever, who is in charge of a top-secret facility that does top-secret things. But hark! It seems he's not the only hitman on the job.
This guy in the elevator is also here for the job, but he doesn't like Deadpool that much at all.
I'd strangle you to death if I wasn't eating this sandwich.
Deadpool's rather rude to this fellow mercenary.
Very on brand for Deadpool. And now Deadpool is on the floor of a building. No establishing shots either, so I don't know where this top secret base is or what floor he's on. But I guess that's why it's top secret. Yeah!
He asks some goons where his target is, and they attack him. How mean and rude, but I guess that's just karma. The text box appears again, and Deadpool uses it as a shield before shotgunning the assailant.
Let's take a moment to talk about the costuming. The spandex is a bit shiny, but it's the mask that's a little creepy. I think I saw something like that in Silence of the Lambs. By the way, I have not actually seen the Silence of the Lambs.
The action scenes are not too bad for a fan film from 12 years ago, but certainly not Hollywood level. Not that I expected it, because it's not coming from Hollywood.
Deadpool eventually runs into the big guy from the elevator, who he doesn't initially recognize.
Slim Jim beats up Deadpool for a bit until the Milk with a Mouth grabs up her hand and stops him like a Slim Jim.
That's pretty good. That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Deadpool then runs down some hallways, but he's too late to get to his target, who's taken out by Domino. Remember Domino from the other fan film?
Oh no! I don't know what I was supposed to say to that.
I don't know.
You paused and I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do something.
You can just move on.
She tranquilizes Deadpool and collects the bounty, leaving him tied up, but it's all okay because he's still got tacos.
Well, this fan film gets the character of Deadpool down pretty accurately, and as shown by his action, Deadpool is very much an anti-hero. He does indeed kill people quite a lot.
I'd be curious to see what the team could do with a larger budget, but I'm also kind of afraid to see what they could do with a larger budget.
Either way, W's in the chat. Pretty good. Now, on to our next fan film, but I'm not going to start speaking until after we teleport. Huh. I didn't actually expect that to... Wait. Why?
On to the longest fan film we have, with a runtime of 32 minutes, Deadpool and Black Panther, back in red and black, made by Hallow Union or Hallunion.
This film came out in 2014, the same year the selfie stick really took off, and the Western world has still not recovered.
The movie opens up with a hostage situation where some guy, presumably the boss character, is demanding some girl to tell him what he wants to know. But before things get too out of hand, Bossman gets a phone call, something about pizza.
By any chance, could you tell me your exact location? I'm delivering a pizza to 155 John Street, and it isn't coming up in my GPS.
The man speaking under the line is very weird and erratic, so you know it's gotta be Deadpool. Deadpool then says he's gonna find the boss man and kill everyone. How unpleasant.
So, no pizza?
We are then treated to what I think is a flashback. We see the father of one of the hostages try to hire some mercenaries with little success.
Hello? Yes. My name is Mr. Nigel. Yes, this is Mr. Nigel calling from the U.S. Why can't you help me? Money is not an object. I'll pay your price, whatever.
But then Deadpool calls, and the father agrees to pay him $50 million and a month's supply of chimichangas. A very large and strange request, but a respectable one.
Flash forward to the present, and the terrorist people are having a merry old time. They don't seem to notice someone watching from the trees, but then Deadpool just walks up.
He hangs out with the terrorists for a bit before killing all but one of them. Before he can kill the last one, Black Panther comes dashing out of the ether and stops him.
Who are you?
The two masked men tussle, allowing the last goon to escape.
It is then revealed that the two have a similar goal, to beat up the bad guys, which is just a code word for kill everyone. So they team up.
Quick note on the voice of Deadpool, they really leaned into the whole Merc with a mouth thing. He talks
a lot,
maybe too much.
You're like Sherlock Holmes minus the accent. Wait, I mean, you have an accent. Nice British accent. Okay, I'm lost again. Did you know tacos are delicious?
The voice that they chose to go with, and the way they dubbed Deadpool in post, kind of reminds me of the old live-action TMNT movies.
Excellent!
Nostalgic, but sometimes a little hard to listen to.
Checking in on the hostages, they ain't doing too well.
What do you think they're gonna do to us?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I guess the hostages are missionaries that were captured, which would explain this whole holding hands and praying.
Deadpool and Black Panther infiltrate the base, but are found out. But no matter, they proceed to start killing everyone and rescue the missionaries. The missionaries pick up some scattered guns and start scattering bullets along with Deadpool, killing in a somewhat unchristian-like behavior.
I swear to you, I could be a great husband. I could cook, I can clean.
From missionaries to mercenaries.
Thought you guys would never make it.
Who the frick is that guy?
They're all escaping after running over someone and fighting a guy who has the power of void rage. The movie ends.
It's most assuredly a unique fan film, even if it has some dubbing issues and it is a little bit dated. At the time, it was one of the most high-effort fan films, so major props for that. And extra major props for setting a man on fire.
I don't know how you can do that legally, but they did it, so nice. On to our next fan film, and I'm just gonna keep on talking, because I know by the time that I actually try to finish a sentence, it's just gonna go cut me off, so there's no point in waiting. We're gonna do it.
The next fan film is the shortest fan film we're covering today, and has 2,000 views by Golden Era Media, and it came out a year before the official Deadpool movie, in 2015.
Here's a number. Psych! That's the wrong number!
The same year that everyone online was debating whether this dress was blue and black or white and gold.
It's blue and black.
It's white and gold. This one is simply called Deadpool Fan Film.
Very simple, and straight to the point, I suppose, and I appreciate the straightforward approach. And speaking of the straightforward approach, the video is only about a minute long.
Well, hello there.
In this film, Deadpool is a bit more of a hero than a mercenary. He jumps down to take out some bad guys. He is still Deadpool, so he does kill most of them.
The action scenes are definitely zero budget, but they did add visual and sound effects. And overall, the cinematography, while admittedly amateur, ain't too bad.
The Deadpool costume is, not gonna lie, a little scuffed. Afterward, just when you think it's over, some Super Saiyan guy just shows up out of nowhere.
This new dude vaporizes his, what I assume, are his companions, just to show off how awesome he is.
Greatest of all time.
The new villain may be a match for... Well, maybe not.
This fan film is short but sweet, so I'd say if you're on YouTube binging fan films, it's definitely worth a watch.
It definitely seems inspired by the Deadpool test footage that was leaked in 2014.
Yes, we're back in 2024. We're back in 2024.
That concludes all the fan films that we were going to cover that come out before the Deadpool official movie.
There are plenty of other fan films out there that we haven't talked about, including that series that we were talking about earlier. And maybe we'll cover those in a future video if you're interested. But before we wrap up for today, we want to shout out one more fan film.
It is Deadpool vs. Wolverine, and it is the only fan film that we could find that had the two fighting.
And it came out just this year. Just in time, one might say.
I would say that's probably the most underrated one of the bunch because it only has 500,000 views. And overall the production and general effort put into the fan film is pretty good.
We won't go into detail here, so please check it out yourself, and it is pretty short, so it's not a huge time commitment, and there are some pretty fun moments in the film.
So go check it out, and don't forget all these fan films are linked down below. But that concludes this investigation. Definitely a less in-depth investigation, but hopefully you enjoyed it.
And if you want another video talking about Deadpool, feel free to check out the video over here.
If you want another video talking about fan films, check out this one over here.
And until we see you there, he is Inspector Keto.
And he is Detective Mio.
And we hope that you have a blessed day. Bye!